And I think we managed to sort it out this time. G'day Andy, how you doing? G'day Todd, how you doing?
I'm good, Wazza. Good for another week.
Bit of a false start there. Yes, like I've been doing the live streaming to Facebook and YouTube unlisted, so I had two programs ready to go because the gaming and everything else. Looks like I started on the wrong one. I started on the gaming. And of course, yeah, screw everything up. Anyway, a little bit of a shaky start, but we're good. It looks like we're all up and running now. And I need to turn the volume off. There we go. Oh my God. The technical challenges of running a YouTube channel with live stream. Anyway, so Mark Vadun, good morning. How you doing? Angry Buddha. Stuart from Newcastle, I guess that means. And of course, hi Mark, Andy Stubbs. Will 86, good morning. How is everybody today? We've had 12 hours of rain here. Hey Robert, how you doing? You got any rain down there yet or what? I'm going to have to check my rain map. You got any rain down there? Joe Elliott. Good. Where's my rain viewer? What's it looking like? Oh, sell me premium features. I don't want premium features. Okay, so well, it looks like we got rain here in Bangkok, but I think Robert's missed out on the rain again. No rain down your way. I saw there's a cloud bank that went across. I don't know if you got any rain, but anyway, it just looks like it's just raining on us. Had a bit 2 days ago, but no rain since. Yes, you get used to that. Not like Australia, Sydney. When it rained in Sydney, and it rained from Wollongong to Newcastle, and it was just constant for 2, 3, 4 days. And you didn't get all these little pockets of heavy rain like we do here. I guess that's the difference between monsoons and non-monsoons. Wonder what happened to Algie today. He's slacking off again.
Yeah, he's probably sleeping in.
Well, I was talking to him last night. He seemed to be ready to do everything. But anyway, Joe Elliott, g'day. Is it Robert Todd? Already saying hello. Very localised here, yes. It's the way the rain is. Okay, right. So what are we going to do this morning? I have got some stuff that I was going to talk about. So let's get into it. And there. We'll do photos shortly. Yes, the current situation with Thailand. This came through from Tiger, 8th of July. Thailand ranked 3rd to last worldwide on the COVID-19 handling. I thought this was a really interesting article. Let's give you the sort of, the bit of a snapshot of what we're having to deal with here. In a display of just how far you can fall, Thailand once ranked as one of the top countries, I think we're in the top 10 last year for its handling, is now almost at the bottom of the rankings, number 118 out of 120, so it's the third bottom. The study combined data from the infection rate and management, social mobility, and vaccine rollouts, ranking the country higher as they edge closer to recovery by means of higher vaccination rates, low COVID-19 infection rates, and limiting how COVID-19 safety measures are, Thailand, like Vietnam, is ranked at the top of the list of 10 of 2020 in strict lockdowns and prevention measures, but 2021 brought the explosion of contagions of 19 struggling infection rates throughout the country. Coupled with the government's slow and haphazard piecemeal response, a bad bet on Sinovac vaccine that is not very effective against the new strains, and a governmental nationalism banking on domestic production of those AstraZeneca vaccines amid the delays and now aiming to deliver half the original amount of vaccines. Thailand has failed to keep on top of the growing local pandemic. Reported that lockdown shrunk to gross domestic product shrunk in Thailand to 6.1%, mishandling. Only 4.45% of the population have been fully vaccinated, far cry from the original promises of herd immunity by at least one vaccine for every person in Thailand by October. And don't forget, they still want to open the damn country here on this 120-day opening. God Almighty. There's somebody's been sniffing the paint. What's our saying? We need some chlorine in the gene pool. Where are we? Another factor is Thailand keeps ranked low on the COVID-19 is listed inequality of vaccine availability. The elderly, ageing people, high-risk workers have struggled to find access to vaccines, while members of Thailand's rich, the elite HISO, who were responsible for much of the worst outbreaks, have been able to abuse connections and influence and get vaccinated ahead of the people who are in dire need. Money talks, as they say. Nikkei observes that more visibly. Nikkei observers observes it as a, that doesn't make sense, that English, as a visible example of the way Thailand commonly operates a wide social gap where the rich and influence are above the law and rules. Okay, the example that we've had, of course, I'm in Nakhon Pathom, that's the province right next to Bangkok. Yes, I can go to a website if the website's working and register, but I've actually got to go across the main river in Bangkok to pretty much Dong Muon sort of area and stand in a queue over there, right, in amongst other potential high risk people to get a vaccine and not be guaranteed. So I've got to make that 1.5 hour trip into Bangkok, right, with no guarantee of being vaccinated. I get absolutely no access to vaccines out here in Nakhon Pathom. It's like a province that doesn't really exist in any of the discussions about where they're going to sort of do anything. Not only that, so mother, being Thai, she actually had a booking. She had a booking here. Where is it? It's all in Thai, you can't sort of see, but she went out on Thursday to get her first shot. And she arrived there, she's fully booked in, fully allocated, everything else like that. She got there, they waited 2 hours and they said, sorry, they've run out of vaccine. So not only are the foreigners being so completely shafted in this whole idea, the Thais are being shafted as well. It's just not a foreigner thing, it's just the fact that there's complete mismanagement of the whole bullshit. It's ridiculous. Bank another hard lockdown. Yes, Andy, there's a hard lockdown coming. I want everyone to know I am enjoying a very large homemade strawberry margarita and it's delicious and I'm already going to my, I have to sleep well tonight. Good on you, Mr. Mitch. That's what we like to do. We should do super chat for shots. But I don't want to get drunk and set 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm sorry. That wouldn't make a very good day for me.
Or it might make a very good day.
Make a very good day. G'day, Oggy. How you doing?
Good day.
Hello, Oggy.
Just mom's AC unit went out at 2 o'clock this afternoon. I've been over there the whole day.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my coffee's done. Yeah, so this is the sort of situation we're having to deal with here in Thailand. A complete snafu. Situation normal, all fricked up. Seems to be the way Thailand runs, but yeah, let's just give you an idea. Of course, there is a completely different Thailand. Everybody wants to sort of like they're pushing in the media. Right, they're trying to take the focus away from everything that's really happening here. They keep talking about Phuket. Well, what's happening in Phuket? So, as we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, people really don't read the fine print of this Phuket situation. Sandbox tourists stuck in quarantine asked to go home. So this situation here, and as I said, I knew this would happen. So there was a plane came in, one person on the plane, right, when they landed, everybody gets tested for COVID-19, even if you're fully vaccinated. So he got tested, found to be positive, so the whole plane goes into ASQ at their cost, right? So they've already paid for a booking, right, elsewhere, right, for their, free walk around Phuket Island, right, and they get stuck in ASQ at their cost, right, because there was somebody on the plane what a complete shit show, really. This is absolutely ridiculous, and we knew it would happen, right? And they want to bring this into the other islands. How about if you're listening to me out there, anybody in Thailand who has half a brain, how about you go and buy some vaccine and get it out to people? You've got all the army sitting around twiddling their thumbs. I'm pretty sure they can be taught very quickly how to administer a frickin' vaccine and get people vaccinated. Go province to province. You just basically go Muban to Muban. You just basically drive your trucks in with your refrigeration and just say, here we are today in this Muban. Come on, get your vaccine, shoot everybody up, and then move along to the next one. How about we just do something about getting some vaccine to people, right? That's all it takes, right? None of this. Let's get rid of the news about Phuket and his bullshit idea for a sandbox, right? Everybody else is suffering, right? And of course, as I said, Sonny was telling us the other day, they went out last week. In this opening, they went out last week, the first day of the opening. They went to the beach with their food truck. They had something like 3,000 or 4,000 people at the beach, right? They did a roaring trade. They sold out within 4 hours of being there. They sold everything that they'd made, right? And I'm talking like, that's 250 meals or something that they had on the truck. Sold out in record time. Everybody's happy, and of course there's other food trucks there as well, right? The next day they go fully prepared to the same location, right? And the authorities come around and said, no, you cannot. Too many people. What the Meng Alaiwa! Oh my God! But this is the bullshit. It's just a complete shit show, joke, and everybody in government is a laughing stock. Oh my God! I just can't believe the crap we're having to deal with. Anyway, what was the other things that we got on the news? Let me just catch up on what people have been saying. Hey Mitch, how's it going? Your end? I need nachos. You need. Pick up Mark. Hey Oggy. Same old. Getting a little annoyed with all the bureaucratic frickery going on over here. You're in Thailand, Will, eh? I thought you were somewhere else. Or anyway, just updated me on that. I've heard when the Pfizer vaccine will be available to expats. No, Byron. G'day, Byron. Look, you can't take anything. You have to take everything as at face value and a guess. Like we're thinking for fourth quarter. We won't really start to see any vaccine roll out until Q4. Right? It's just this thing up until October is a complete joke. It's a complete media stunt. Nothing is happening. Right? As I said, they banked on making their own. Exactly why I don't know, because that lab. That has to be making, vaccine for the whole of Asia, not just Thailand, right? They have to meet, commitments, right? And already we've got the Philippines. I think the Philippines have already been complaining the fact that their shipment from shipment of AstraZeneca from Bangkok Bioscience, which was also that's the name of it, was supposed to be shipping 3 or 4 million doses to the Philippines, and they didn't arrive because they can't make it fast enough. And again, it's all talk, no action, right? Simply, you got places like America, the Americans don't even want to take the vaccines that are being offered to them. You know, well, how about we just go and buy that vaccine and bring it over here? We only need only need 120 million doses, for Thailand, because we've got only 11 million people already sort of have got first dose. But just go and buy some stuff. It's just money. It's not real anyway. So you'll go into debt. Well, you're already in debt anyway. You're in debt to the big players. This is Thailand. It's just write another check. So the value of your Thai baht goes down again. We all win. You don't, but it's just the exports suffer. But that's because you've made bad decisions, right? You didn't listen to the experts. You're basically living on cloud nine, thinking the fact that it's not going to affect you, right? Really, wake up and smell the roses. Get a real life. Anyway, yeah. So I don't know when it's going to be. I look. I've on our line group, there's a few people have been vaccinated. Some of them are going back to America because they're sort of sick and tired of waiting, and they're going to do the whole 2 week, round trip, 2 week quarantine there, 2 week quarantine here, just to get ahead of the queue because they're over 60. I'm over 60. I sent an email off to them. They don't even answer their emails. I just said, where do I go to get vaccinated? That was the official email service, the official email contact system to ask for foreigners to ask questions. They don't even answer their emails. It's a complete joke. And I'm not going to sit there and spam their bloody inbox, right? The point is I've got a record, right? And, I've got a record that the email being sent. And again, I'll just show you how inadequate it is. The only weapons we've got is being public like this, with being politely public about it. I'm not going to really sort of get defamatory with them. But I'm just a foreigner here living in Thailand. Right, chose Thailand as my destination to retire, right, and completely being shafted and not given any by your leave or any indication of when I might be vaccinated, and I am technically in a high risk group. There's just if you live in Bangkok, it's fine, but I don't live in Bangkok. I live in Nakhon Pathom. I'm in a different province. But anyway, Chanya just got no idea when she doesn't want the Chinese vaccine. She wants to get a real vaccine. So she's hanging out. Mother was supposed to get AstraZeneca, but they said they'd run out the hospital. I don't know when they're going to get a chance to do that again. It's just a complete joke. Anyway, I was telling you about that article, were you? Yeah, okay. The Thais couldn't organise a piss up on a brewery. Bobby, you are completely right. Unless, of course, you are, a high-so Thai. I'm pretty sure that the fact that you wouldn't have a piss up, you'd have a champagne, breakfast. They could organise one of those for all their big wig, high-so mates. But yeah, piss up in a brewery, no chance. Snafu, situation normal, all fricked up. Welcome to Thailand. Yes, exactly.
I prefer Fubar.
Fubar. Byron, I'm thinking about flying back to the US and get the vaccine before I head to Thailand in September. Where are you staying now, Byron? I read today that Karaswat Hospital and Brea Hospital are accepting reservations. But again, these are hospitals in Bangkok, right? If I'm going to go and do that 1.5 hour drive into Bangkok, into what I call a high risk zone, I want to guarantee the fact that I'm going to get the vaccine, right? That's why I flatly refuse to register for those places, because there's no guarantee. And I've had other friends on that line group. They've done that. They've gone through there. They've spent the 2 hours waited in queue, and then get told that there's no vaccine left. It is an absolute complete joke. It really is. Greek islands sound better than Ireland at the moment. I'm pretty sure they are. Sick puppy, cancel Christmas. No, I think they might sort something out by Christmas, but yeah, how well I don't know. Look, they are bleeding, right? The whole Thai economy they're now comparing it to the 1990s global the financial crisis they had here in Asia. Basically, all they're doing now is printing money, which is not. It's like getting a sort of a Bitcoin mining machine just going overload and just printing this fake currency, because it's got no backing, right? I don't know, what have we got? Australian dollar's doing pretty well. We're going to get a pretty good exchange rate right now. What's the chart saying today? Charts, come on. We've got 24.43. I should transfer some more money across, shouldn't I? At that rate. It peaked at 24.43 last, what was that, on the, doesn't actually give me the day, that was the 6th of June it peaked. And it's back up to that peak again, but I said that's because of the fact that people are realising the fact that Thailand is just going down the gurgler right now. The lone wanderer's bunker. I got vaccinated yesterday. Well, you're one of the lucky ones. But you're in Bangkok, aren't you, lone wanderer? I also heard today that they were fully reserved for the allotment of vaccines and the reservations are closed. Yeah, well, this is what's going on. I've been Bobby Crush. I've been fully vaccinated since May, and I'm in my 40s. And the British NHS were fantastic. I received a first-class service. Well, you're one of the lucky ones. Exactly why we have to, again, they're just treating us like a third-world country. And again, it's just to do with this fact that this Chinese vaccine, right? And they were thinking the fact that they're probably thinking they're going to save money by making it themselves, Anyway, the virus is hunting for dry wood, and the Thailand has a lot of dry wood, unvaccinated humans. So get ready for a long, hot summer. Yeah, well, exactly. This is what we're looking at. Niall in Thailand, good morning. How you doing? How's life in the centre of Bangkok? Have you been up to see Susie recently? How's she doing? I don't see very many posts on Facebook from her, so I guess she's not really sort of faring very well. Mr. Mitchell, I was thinking the day of lifelong. I was thinking the day in the life song by the Fab Four. I don't know that one. Sorry, Dowler. Byron, you're in Vietnam, okay? Saigon. I've got a friend of mine that's in Saigon. No, he's not in Saigon. He's in what's the other place that everybody talks about? God, there's some rain at the moment. Dowlow. I buzzed through just counting down Thailand. Mark Van Dome, counting down to Thailand arrival. You're still planning to come here? I would suggest people put off until next year. Any plans to come to Thailand, I would say to Q2 next year. You might have a better bet of being sort of guaranteed having a bit of a good time, but yes, 1.6 times more. Yes, 1998 financial crisis. Yes, that's the one I was thinking of. Sorry about that. Sundays are great here because the local station plays nothing but the Beatles. Well, for 4-hour segment anyway. Amazing how many songs they wrote. Yes. Back in the day, unfortunately, you can't write songs these days for fear of the fact that you might use a lyric from somebody else's song that you never heard of. You know how it goes. Unless, of course, you get a studio to write your songs. Andy, More behind me than in front of me, I'm guessing. Johnny Siam, good morning. I haven't seen you for a couple of weeks. How's things life in sunny Queensland, Mr. Siam? I read the news today. Here we go. I read the news today. Oh boy, about a lucky man who made the grade and got the news. Was rather sad. Well, I just had to laugh at the photograph. Okay, sort of.
It's a Beatles song, Wazza.
Oh, is it? Okay. Right.
Yeah. So the boys are having reminiscing session about the good old days of listening to the Fab Four. They're recollecting. They're going back.
Well, I do. I remember the Fab Four vaguely, but it wasn't my sort of music. You know, like I was an outsider. I actually listened to the Beach Boys. You know.
Oh no, you rebel.
Yeah, me. I was a rebel. You know, everybody else was into the Beatles. I was into the Beach Boys. Yeah, they were cool. They were a cool band. Little Deuce Coupe, you don't know what you got.
Now you're going to stir them up.
I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. Ooh, sorry, I can't sing. I visited Susie 2 weeks ago. Okay, and she's always smiling, but you can sense that things are very difficult for her right now. I hope things get better for her soon. Yeah, well, I look, everybody's hurting, so severely hurting down there. I hopefully when everything gets back to normal, you know, second quarter next year, you'll all run over here and you'll all jump into Susie's bar and buy her a drink and make her feel good again. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Stuart from Newey, 50 cases in Sydney today, talking lockdown until mid-August. Yes, yeah. So, yeah, I didn't get the lockdown order. I'm pretty sure that I'll find one as soon as I go here. And if I go Facebook, F-A-C-E, Faceboob, and we go into, where we got Richard Barrow. Here we go. What do we got? Important update Asia. I'm sure we'll have an article here, toughening up the defences. Okay, has imposed new and tougher. Let's have a look at this a bit bigger. The government has imposed new and tougher restriction measures in an attempt to curb. So they're not actually calling it a lockdown, right? This is the thing. It's just tougher defences. They don't want to use that word lockdown because then everybody goes into a panic and buys a lot of toilet paper, which we don't need because we've got bum guns. For Bangkok, Nonthaburi, Batamtani, Nakhon Pathom, Samut Sakon, all office workers to work from home. Right, public transport to close from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Convenience stores and markets to close by 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. So you can still get your food, but you've got to get it between 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. Department stores and community malls to close, except for supermarkets, food and drink shops, banks, pharmacies, communications device stores. I don't know how communications device stores really win out in this one. And vaccination sites located in the premises which can stay open till 8 p.m. Spas, beauty centres and health massage parlours to close. I'm pretty sure the happy ending massage has never opened, but you know what I mean. The healthy massage parlours, they've been told to close again. So they got a month of making a few bucks for doing some massage, but then of course they're all screwed again. Public parks to close at 8 p.m. Social gatherings of more than 5 people are forbidden. So yeah, that's for us. It's the 10 provinces, Bangkok. Well, 10 provinces, Bangkok, Nonthaburi, Samasaka. Right, so this is obviously in addition to that. No unnecessary trips outside the home from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. restricted interprovincial travel and checkpoints set up, effective today. So basically, if you're in the red zone, you can only travel within the red zones. Online classes only. Right, vaccine allocation for 1.5 million US donated Pfizer vaccine doses, 1.35 million for Thai nationals and 150,000 for foreigners. Well, where? Where do I get that one? I'm pretty sure that'll be some reserved for the Americans living in Thailand. So get the idea. It's become national. It's a nationalistic sort of approach. Medical personnel and health workers as a booster dose. This is obviously the other joke. The fact that they've now sort of said, because they were injecting all the medical workers with the Sinovac, they've now come to the bold statement, the fact that we need booster shots for all the medical workers because Sinovac is not good enough anymore. So they've now jumped the queue, which they've already been vaccinated, so they're going to be revaccinated with a real vaccine. Oh my God, what a complete joke. Adults over the age of 60 and people living with 7 underlying conditions. Well, I'm over 60, but I don't have any underlying conditions, so I'm really not even on the list. Foreigners in Thailand, elderly and people with underlying conditions are prioritised. Yeah, but where in Nakhon Pathom? Just tell me. Nakhon Pathom, where can I go? Is there a hospital? Is there, anywhere? Just tell me. I don't want to go into Bangkok. Those who are required to get vaccinated before going abroad, students, athletes, diplomats. I did hear the fact that the Tokyo Games, they've banned all spectators now, so it'll be a TV event for the games. Anyway, vaccination plans. Some 80% of vaccine supplies this month are to be allocated to people in Bangkok metropolitan area, with priority given to adults and with people living here. So it's going to Bangkok, and we're not in Bangkok. Stuff you, I could, I could cheat the system. My yellow book's still registered, for the Bangkok address, because we can't even get that changed. The fact that to change my yellow book, I've actually got to go to the Amphor in Nong Kem. I've got to get the head counsellor, the supreme being, in that office. He's actually got to sign a letter of exit, but he's been working from home for the last 6 months, so I can't get that letter to go and get my yellow book for Nakhon Pathom here, because they won't start a new yellow book, because the old yellow book has to actually be sort of signed out. Weird shit you got to deal with here in time. But anyway, that's the situation we got. We're not calling it a lockdown, but it's a lockdown you have when you want to not scare the people about a lockdown. It's absolutely crazy crap. It really is. What have I missed? Victoria, not sunny. Okay, I thought you were up north. I don't know why I was thinking you're up in Queensland. Yeah, so you're in Victoria. Private Stuart from UAE. Too many going out for walk. There was 29 under, not isolated. Gotta love Thailand. G'day Mitch, he says. Gotta love Thailand. G'day Mr. Gotta love Thailand. Yabo Yozzis. Looking forward to travel again in 2028. Yeah, it's about where we're going, isn't it? Johnny, a real pea soup here today. Pea soup. What? That's raining. It's raining here too. Lockdown is a lockdown if you can't do it. A lockdown is a lockdown if you can't do as you please. Yeah, I know. We've got to just go through a song. Johnny Weather, trying to keep up with everything. 835 PC 21. These are Thai. These guys couldn't organise tea and a biscuit. I haven't heard that one used before, Bobby, but yeah, that's what, couldn't organise tea and a biscuit. Tea and a biscuit. Tea and scones. DC, g'day, how you doing? Wow, Dalo, that's not good. Dalo's lifted here. Breaking news, 2020-30, all airlines have to be fully electric, got to save the planet. Yeah, that's the way it's going, isn't it? It's all smoke and mirrors, and nobody really wants to deal with the shit that's going on. Matthew McGrath, g'day. Here in Western Australia, getting vaccinated next week. Good on you, lucky you. Mr. Mitch and Andy, big ups, dudes. Yes, my girlfriend in Chiang Mai wanted to pay 3,400 baht for a Moderna pre-order scam. Told her not to waste her money. Lucky being a healthcare worker, she hasn't been told she will receive AZ vaccine. She has. Yeah. Okay. She's just she's just been told she will receive the AZ next week. Yeah. Okay. That's good on you, Malcolm. Yeah, and there is a lot of scam stuff going on. It's just the state of world we live in now. There will be a percentage of people who will just want to scam you because that's the low life nature of the human species right now. What we need is a vaccine that rids ourselves of the fucking low lives of this planet. You know.
It's the chlorine tablet, was it?
The chlorine tablet, yeah. We need a real virus that will cleanse the planet of all the low lives. It is a joke. And he's off for a smoke.
I was reading an article. I'm pretty sure it was in Indonesia where there was 2 or 3 fake medical setups, and they were sort of injecting saline and charging people, saying it was actually a COVID vaccine. Got busted last week.
Yeah.
So yeah, which I found like extremely disappointing. Just charging people for an injection of saline, which is of course going to do bugger all for your body. Mm-hmm. I mean, 90% of your blood's saline, so all you do is just topping up your blood level. Mm-hmm. So it is happening now.
Yep. It's just the low life of this planet. It's just disgusting. There we go. Just give you an idea. This is another thing I'm going to talk about. Red tape, paper pushing. So, okay. That was going. What I was going to get to is get back to here. Look, I got Netflix this week. Oh my God. I've had 3 support calls to Netflix already since, signing up last Sunday, I think it was. Last Sunday or last Monday. Anyway, so Wednesday, Netflix downstairs on it. Netflix is working on my computer upstairs because I use Google DNS, so I don't hit the filters for the ISPs, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to go into the technical side of that. Just to say I don't run a normal internet. I run things a little bit different to the average Joe because I can. But anyway, so Netflix stopped working last Wednesday, and Chanya says, I'm out to water in the garden, and she says, come and fix the Netflix. And I come inside and I got this bloody thing here. Get on Netflix, what's code UI-800-3, and I had these guys stumped for half an hour. Trying this, trying that. They finally come in and said, reset your local network, all their equipment that gives you network and everything else. And I said, well, if I do that, I'll lose the chat and everything else. But we tried everything else, so I said, okay, well, let me look at what it is. So I just did a complete reset of everything. Then went to the TV and I did a complete factory reset of the TV. Right, and the first move I did after the TV got reset I went and just checked to make sure that the internet was working. So I went to Google on the TV, and I get this splash screen, which is all in Thai. They don't give it to you in English. And of course, I've got no translator on the TV, but I have seen this particular screen before. And it basically says, "Oh, you've got 7 days before we cut off your internet because you haven't paid your bill." Okay, the story behind this was the fact that I went in 2 weeks ago to increase the network speed, because when we took that 3 months deal, 3 months ago, what they did is they copied the configuration from the salon, which was 1 gig down and 100 up. And so they made this new connection the same as what the salon had, because we were cancelling the other connection. They just thought that that's what we wanted. I didn't, because it was all in Thai, then Chanya's doing the negotiation. She doesn't know what to ask, and I wasn't really paying that much attention. I thought we were getting the 100 by 1 gig down by 500 up. Anyway, cut a long story short, we only got the 1 gig down 100 up, which for some reason actually gave you 300 up. So when I was here, and I'm going, why have we only got 300 up? And it doesn't make sense, the deals are 100 up or 500 up, and I got 300 up, blah, blah, blah. I didn't worry about it, but anyway, I went to pay the bill 2 weeks ago, and I said, they sort of said in the renewal, the bill will come to 631 baht, including tax. And I'm going, no, it should be 749. No, 631. And going, well, why is that? And because that's the deal you're on. Oh, no, we're supposed to have the 1 gig by 500 up. No, you have the 1 gig by 100 up, but we just give you 300 up. And they got somebody on the phone who speaks English and he talked me through it, and I'm going, well, how do we fix that? I want the 500 up. They said, no problem. So they just did the paperwork, filled it out, and I said, can I pay my bill now? I said, no, you can't pay your bill now. Even though my bill was due, I can't pay my bill now. Why? Oh, because the fact that there's a gap between the level you're on now and the level you're going to. There's a gap, like that 149 baht, right, which has to be equalised over the 14 days between the bill cycle and everything else. So they won't know that until next billing cycle. I just want to pay a bill here. Anyway, so I walked out of there with the speed increase, but not paying my bill. And of course, this week Netflix decides to shut down because they put that splash screen. And because I haven't gone, I can't actually go to the network settings on the TV and use Google DNS on the TV as well. Well, I haven't worked out how to do that. I can't seem to get into that technical side of the TV and change my network configuration. But, long the story there, I have to rely on that. And it just had a splash screen which required me to have a user interaction to say, okay, I accept the fact that my bill is late, and I will click this key to continue. Anyway, sort of dealt with that. I did click the button to continue, and Netflix came back together. That was last week. Oh my God. Anyway, so we're now at full speed again, and it's all working again properly. So, and that's for 749 baht a month. That's including GST. 885 down, which is their 1 gig down, and 499.85 going up. And that was me broadcasting at the same time as well, so there you go. Pretty good. And I think I've lost my place on the scroll. Moderna Private Hospital. We'll get to the photos in a minute. The Moderna Private Hospital scam. Pay your money now. At some point in the future, we'll give you a vaccine. I wouldn't know. When driving an electric car, never turn on a dead end, so you'll be stuck in the road with no... What? When driving an electric car, never turn into a dead end street. You'll be stuck on the road with no outlet. Okay, I guess that's a joke.
No power outlet.
Yeah, I'm guessing
no outlet. Yeah,
No
play on
outlet.
words.
Yeah, that's right. Play on words here.
Yeah.
Wife had the second Pfizer jab and sick as had to babysit for a week. Okay, not fun. She thinks it's as bad as the man flu. And the man flu, oh my God, must be pretty serious. Holy background, Robin. That's fast, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, so it's not bad for $30 Australian. Is it? I don't know. What is it? $749 a month. There's no speed. There's no limit cap. That's I can download as much as I want. But yeah, so converter. Right, so 749. What's that worth now? So that's $30.68 Australian. If I look at US dollars, that's $22.97 American for that speed. But of course, the real issue is the fact that where is all the content? And this is what anytime you're using this to do your check speed, you've got to think about where the content is, right? So what I'll do is I got to spell it right, San Francisco. So let's go to Cool. I think I'll use Comcast, which is a fairly popular one. So what is my speed to the States? This is really because in fact if you're going to be doing Netflix, although they've got ingests and they've got different locations where they duplicate the content on the cloud. That's not doing too bad to the States. That's 230, 240 down. That's across the big gap. 252 down.